Hey guys, welcome back to New Digs. And you may remember our friend Anita DeFonte,
Hi.
who did that wonderful soil video earlier in the summer.
And she offered to do a cocktails from the garden, and we couldn't really turn that down, could we?
Yeah, we've kind of been needling her.
And it
ever
is
since she
Friday
said that.
afternoon, so
Woo!
it's perfect.
Exactly.
Get us started for the weekend.
So she's got some ideas of cocktails that we can put together, and using things that we've just harvested from the garden, and
Yeah, especially the herbs and the peppers. So these are going to be some spicy cocktails.
I like to grow a lot of peppers, if you recall, and growing them organically. So we have habaneros, jalapenos, and some serranos. We have all these beautiful herbs, the lemon verbena, which we're going to make into a lemon verbena liqueur, mint, thyme, lavender, rosemary.
And
all complement the fruits and the peppers.
so we're pairing peppers and fruits and
Correct.
herbs, and
Yep.
let's get started.
Let's get
Making
started.
delicious cocktails. I'm going to start with the simple syrup.
Okay.
Okay.
Simple syrup.
Simple syrup is the key to this whole thing. You know, you need cocktails have to have a little bit of sugar. So we're gonna put, it's a simple recipe, it's 1-to-1. So 1 sugar to 1 boiling water, and then you just dissolve that to create a sweet, simple syrup that can lighten up any cocktail.
And so once you've made this, you could just have this in your fridge.
Correct.
whenever you need it.
I always have a jar of simple syrup that what I do is I take my ball jars and I put a handful of habanero peppers
Oh gosh, watch
that I
it
cut. I should be wearing gloves.
And make sure you don't touch, this is serious, don't touch your
Don't
face
touch
or
your eyes.
after
And
you
then
touch this.
I add the simple syrup. This is just a small amount because we're, going to make 3 different cocktails, and I'm going to let the sugar dissolve in here with the
So I guess
habaneros.
the sugar will kind of offset some of the heat of
Correct.
the habaneros. Okay.
And then we'll make another one that we'll use with the jalapenos. Again, 1-on-1.
Okay.
And that's pretty, we'll let that dissolve a little bit more. So this, you would fill the whole thing, again, the ratio is 1-to-1, 1 sugar to 1 cup of boiling water. And that's enough habanero peppers for this pint jar.
Okay.
And I put the lid on this, and it's always in my refrigerator. So when I want to have a cocktail, I can take some peaches, put them in my shaker, muddle them, throw some peaches in here, like this.
And this is perfect time for this because we've got ripe peaches, we've got
Correct.
peppers ripening in the garden. So
And-
this is late summer, early fall.
And then I'm muddling the peaches, which is, what that means is I'm just releasing their juices to give them, release the peach flavor in here.
And that's just a wooden
It's just
dowel kind of thing. I mean, I know
Yeah.
there's such a thing as a muddler. I don't know if this is,
That's a
it. Okay.
This is a muddler.
This
And
I
then I'm
discovered
gonna
in my
add just a little bit of this because
And we
Don't-
say a little bit, maybe a tablespoon?
maybe a tablespoon of some of the habanero simple syrup.
And that's not going to be terribly hot because we just made that. But if you set that in the fridge for a week, it would
Very.
get hotter and
Oh,
hotter,
yeah.
so you'd have to really kind of watch
yeah.
yourself, right? I mean,
That's good to know.
your recipe might need to be adjusted in a lot of places today.
Correct. All right, ladies, how
Yeah.
about a little ice in there?
Okay.
And we'll put in a little vodka. Vodka goes with everything. Because you really want to taste the peaches and the habaneros. And I'll let my I can eye it. It's a shot of vodka because I'm only making 1 drink. It is Friday, so we can have this. So which herb do you think? I personally would go with thyme, but I'm not sure what my colleagues here would like.
I think thyme goes with peaches,
So perfect.
and so that's great.
So thyme, it's always so pretty. You can take a sprig of thyme and a few peaches that I put on a toothpick.
Oh, look at you.
Put those
Look how
right in there.
So it's
And
gonna be very
strain this
aromatic.
right into the
Oh,
glass.
It smells I wish you could smell this. I wish we had smell-o-vision.
Look how
so
pretty
pretty.
that is.
Beautiful, the color.
Who wants to taste that pretty pink drink? Be
Oh, I
careful,
do.
though.
Smells beautiful. Wow.
Is it spicy?
It is spicy, even though we just made it. Wow.
But something we just made.
Whoa, yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh.
And you can always cut it with a little club soda or a little more water. But how easy is that?
Woo!
Good,
Yeah.
right?
It's delicious.
Okay, and look at the color. It's so
so
It
pretty.
matches your ensemble.
Oh, it
It's
really
so
does.
pretty. It's so pretty.
It really does.
So this is a great summer into fall cocktail.
And if this is a little too strong for you, you could always top it off with a little bit of club soda, just
Just a little dot.
yeah, just a little splash to kind of
Ameliorate the heat.
Cut the heat a little bit.
cut the heat, and also, you know, it's
If you
make-
look closely, you can see the habanero peppers floating pieces.
Indeed.
But it is
Yeah,
really good for
nice.
you. A little heat.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm going to show you this is a nice gift to give for the holidays because it's red and green. We're going to incorporate cranberries with some of the jalapeno peppers and some of the fresh rosemary. So how I do this is I've made the simple syrup. So this is a cup of simple syrup, which is half sugar, half water. And this can go right in. You can use any kind of decorative jar that you have that you want to give as a gift. This is just a recycled gin bottle. And then I'm going to take a cup of vodka because you can always, a half a cup of vodka. You can always cut this with ice, club soda, and I'm going to fill the bottle. And this makes a really, really nice present for somebody.
So far, vodka and simple syrup.
Yep, and
Good
then
on
I'm going to
1-to-1
add
ratio?
1-to-1,
Okay.
some cranberries for color. And as this sits in your refrigerator, over the next few months, the cranberries will start to turn the drink red.
Oh,
And then if you want to take it out and strain it, but see how they're already starting to give you
Yeah.
some of that.
Yeah.
They're really pretty.
Do you have to shake it or anything?
I turn it every couple of days in the
Just
refrigerator.
sort of swirl it around.
Just swirl it around
oh, that's beautiful.
and add my rosemary. And then just let this sit in my refrigerator, and then I can put a nice bow around it, add a little cork or a pretty little topper.
So when you put it in the fridge, you don't cover it?
I do cover
You
it.
do?
Yeah, I do cover it.
No, that's not that.
Well, that's not the cover, but yes.
Okay.
And then you
Okay.
can just give it as a gift, and it'll be a really nice, tasty drink. You guys can sample it just to
Very festive.
put a few pieces of ice. Oh, I'm
Sure.
sorry, I forgot the most important ingredient.
Oh.
The jalapeno peppers.
Oh,
So how much jalapeno do you put in?
I'm going to just put in 2 of these halves. I did remove the seed, so it won't be as strong.
so the seed is where a lot of the heat comes from,
The
right?
seed is where the heat is. So that's so pretty.
That's beautiful.
And that will keep in your refrigerator just like that.
When
And
would this be? I mean, we're sampling it now just for fun, but when would this actually be optimal?
Well, believe it or not, it doesn't take very long for the flavors to infuse, but so pretty. Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful. Oh, look! It
Yeah.
looks like Christmas.
It does. It looks like Christmas in a glass.
Christmas in a glass.
Here, just put a little
beautiful.
slice of this in there. And then when you serve it, you have your little red and green. So
Beautiful.
pretty. And you can already see how the cranberries are starting to
Yeah.
turn it pink.
Oh, that's
There you
just
go.
beautiful.
Did you taste it?
I did.
And that's a nice gift that you can make for
Ooh.
It's
I
light.
like
Right now it's got a lot of green, but I imagine as it sits and develops, it'll
it,
get
does.
hotter.
It gets hot.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely does.
Yeah. But that's nice for warm you up on a
Correct.
cool winter's night.
Yes, perfect. So that's another easy cocktail using your peppers and some fruit and some herbs.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Lovely. Okay, what
All
else
right.
do we have?
This one I made this last year at this time. This is super simple. This is just lemon verbena. So So you pack the ball jar with the lemon verbena leaves. Instead of using sugar for my simple syrup, I use honey. So I mix honey with a little boiling water, pour it over the lemon verbena leaves, and that's it. That's all, and it's been in my refrigerator.
So that makes the sort of the simple, like a honey lemon
This is like a honey lemon verbena.
simple
Here,
syrup.
put a little few ice cubes in here.
And then do you mix that with the vodka?
And then you can add the vodka to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this you keep in the fridge, and then you mix it with the.
I'm just gonna,
It's just beautiful.
here, want a splash of vodka in it. Give it a stir. There you go.
Pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
The lemon verbena, it's just enchanting.
But the color is beautiful.
With the honey.
So I let it sit in the
Jill, you're gonna
refrigerator
love this.
with the honey and the sugar water and the lemon verbena, and then about 2 months later, I strain it, and literally this has been sitting in my refrigerator for over a year.
Now, rather than putting vodka in, could you do gin?
Gin. You can
You know,
even
it'd
do
be
club
really good,
soda.
that honey gin.
Yeah, it's Bar Hill, I think is the
Oh, yeah.
brand. And
That'd
it's
be
a
awesome.
honeyed gin. That would be fantastic.
So versatile. It's nice to have if you have company and you want to do
pretty.
something a little
Beautiful.
fancy, and it's right here. Look how pretty that is.
That's so sweet.
Honey, lemon verbena, a little sugar water, and then your creativity with what you want to add to it.
Okay, so this one doesn't have that heat at the end.
No,
of the
this has no
So
peppers
this is
in it.
a good
This is-
option for somebody
yeah.
who might not like the
Correct.
As
the
much
hot.
heat.
But the lemon verbena.
That's right up your alley.
Oh,
I knew
that's
she
so
would love
nice.
that.
That's a nice, and it's nice to have for anything.
Yeah.
So again, it's just being creative, using your peppers, and the white pith of the pepper and the seeds are where the heat
Okay, good to
lives.
know.
So wearing gloves, it's much easier just to take the peppers and clean away that, and then just add them. Make this simple syrup, again, 1-on-1, 1 sugar to 1 boiling water, dissolve it, add the peppers, put it, I like to use these ball jars because, you know, you have a lid on them and they stay in the refrigerator. I shake them every once in a while.
They're great for storage.
Yeah, they are.
And then when you want to give a gift, then you add the vodka or the gin or the tequila, and you find
Okay, so you could
pretty.
you could start this in the fridge
Yes.
and then top it off with the vodka right before you
Correct,
give it to
as you
somebody.
give it as a gift.
So it's
You know,
ready to go.
These
for,
bottles are nice with the lids, you know, depending on what you're making, and then you
we're
can
gonna have to go
add
shopping for bottles.
We are
fresh.
gonna have to.
Then you just add fresh herbs at the end. So that's pretty simple. And then a colleague of mine gave me a gift. She made this. It's just lavender flowers. She
Wow.
took lavender and sugar water and a little vanilla. Maybe
Lavender,
one
sugar,
or two-
water, meaning the simple syrup?
Yep.
Okay.
She made a little. Want to add a couple ice cubes?
So lavender, a lavender infused sugar, a
Simple syrup, and she let it sit with the lavender. This is awesome, and you could add this to vodka. You could add it to club soda. Here, let's put a little lavender
Oh
in
my
there.
gosh. It smells delicious.
Isn't
Oh,
that
wow.
isn't that awesome? That's been sitting
It's
for.
not what I expected. It's really good.
It's got a little vanilla in it. A
Yeah,
hint
it's
of
Not,
vanilla.
yeah, because it's not soapy. You know,
No,
a lot of
yeah,
people think
no,
that things that are
lavenders.
lavender are strictly sort of like cosmetic smelling. But I think it's the vanilla that
Yeah.
brings it back into culinary.
And we'll provide the recipes for all of these.
You know what this would a little bit of lemon
Yes.
would be lemon and some
Club soda.
club soda and
Or
Yeah.
over vanilla ice cream.
Oh yes.
goodness.
Yes. And lavender, you can use roses as long as you grow organically.
Right.
You can pretty much use anything that's edible.
Right.
I mean, drying some rose petals. If you have a dehydrator, you can dehydrate rose petals, and then you can mix those in a simple syrup infusion, and they would impart a nice,
Yeah.
fresh rose flavor, like the lavender flowers.
Beautiful.
Which would
So,
be great in springtime for a
Correct.
spring cocktail.
Yep.
These are very
we're
autumnal,
fall,
winter.
right? We're going into fall, so we wanted to stick to a fall flavor profile, but just don't be afraid to experiment.
Wonderful.
It's great. We love
Have
it.
fun. We love it. These guys are great.
Well,
I guess we'll just turn the camera off now and go ahead. Just kidding.
thanks for joining us on New Digs, and
I think this should be an every Friday.
Yes,
event.
every
I
Friday. I could
think
be
this.
doing this again. Seasonal drinks
Cheers.
from New Digs.
That's right.
This is the fall season.
That's
So
right.
We'll have our winter, and then we'll have our spring, and then we'll have a summer.
that sounds like a promise.
Okay, I'm in.
Cheers.
Nice
See you
seeing
next time.
Bye.